Whoa, you're back. Episode 37. We've got ArtStory book painting number 28 of 48. We've got the art exhibit, postcard. We've got the update on the layout for the text page motif design. Then back to the art exhibit for some framing. Throwback Thursday, Journey to Ukazoo, and then end of credits musical guest. With that, let's go. Okay, we're going to jump right on in with painting number 28 of 48, and that's the paintings in sequence as they appear in the upcoming ArtStory book. We're going to see doodle, worksheet, and finished painting. Hey, Bob. Okay, here's the doodle that I'm going to be working with for painting number 28. Just this little sphere right here, ball, whatever you want to call it, gives me some sense of where I might go with the narrative. And here's the worksheet, and as you can see, it's developed quite a bit, particularly with the narrative. And here's the finished painting, titled Tidying Up. It's an oil on board, 12 by 12 inches. Last episode, episode 36, one of the things I mentioned I was going to show in that episode was the finalized postcard, and I forgot. Sorry. Sorry. Anyhow, back in episode 33, one of the segments was designing the postcard online, and since then I finalized it, ordered it, and received it. And my intent was to show you the postcard. So, for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to show it now. Front of the postcard, I've dropped off some to the gallery, along with a poster that I also ordered. And this is the back of the postcard. I hand delivered a few, and now I'm addressing some for mailing. Last episode, there were text page design issues that had to be addressed before I left for Maine. So, easel. And very quickly, looking back at where I left off last episode with this design, my concern was this area right here. And I was going to do another rough draft and leave out this color and these two lines. I just had a concern that this area here, the color and the two lines were just a little too much for the design. So what I was going to do, I was going to make another rough draft and take out these two lines and then drop the color in this area. And here's the new rough design. As you can see, I dropped the two lines right here. There is no color on this, but I can visualize with dropping those two lines and opening up this area with no color, that's all going to work. There's still a couple modifications I might make to the design, but the size of the box, that was the main question that I was working with, and I finalized that. The box stays this size. What that means is that now I can make the adjustments to the size of the boxes in the sketchbook so I can start working on the rough designs. All that is the prep work to get me to Maine to do the transfer so I can do the pen and ink and watercolor. And now framing. Okay, the art show. Mostly all the artwork that's going to be displayed has already been framed. Some by a business, some good friends. Some of the other frames are store-bought, but the majority of all the artwork has been framed and constructed by me. So what I have is I've got two 12 by 12s that still need frames. I've got the four legs of the pieces of the frames, which I'm going to glue up the first corners here. And the rest, if I can do this, here I am down at Karen's. She's got it set up with a clamp, a right angle clamp that I'll need for this next stage. I'm putting the frames in here to get them glued up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some motions. There'll probably be little cuts in the film as I show you how this all works. I'll talk to you in 1 second. Okay, and first question, yes, the vise is on a tilt. That's not, it's not straight out. Again, I'm going to cut away because once I glue this up, it's going to take a little while to dry, and I'm not doing anything with this corner till it sets up real good. And then I'll do this corner right here. It usually takes about maybe 15 minutes to set up, but in order to pull this corner together, there's going to be pressure on all the corners, so I'm going to let this sit up probably for about an hour or so before I switch it around and work on this corner. I'll see you then. Okay, I've got this corner glued. That's a matter of taking this out now, turning it around, and getting this set. Now, depending on how the three corners go together, sometimes it's a little out of whack. It's not as square or straight as you want it to be, so there's a little bit of pull that you've got to do. And you've got it even all the way around. Now the other problem, I've got this where I want it. I've got to loosen it up and then get my glue down in there. And you don't have a whole lot where you can just glue up the ends like you could the other. You've got to work down the glue into this little gap that you've got. Okay, now with this glue, I just get a paper towel, a little napkin or something like that, and just get some mortar on here and get up this glue. And then again, it's a matter of sitting, well, not sitting, go do other things, but it's a matter of letting this set up really good, because there's a lot of tension on this particular corner than there is with the others. And then with that, something went wrong. Takes two. One to get here, 2 snaps to get me back. And whoa! And just like that, I'm back in the studio again. And then we're going right back at it again. A Throwback Thursday, Journey to Ukazoo. See you in a second. Okay, it was time to leave Falstaff. So I got all packed up, made my way out the door, and headed still west, young man, still west. And then a little bit north, till I got to Viva Las Vegas. And here we have the title block for the Journey to Ukazoo art story book. This is slide 13. And here we have the open book page for slide 13, text on the left, image on the right, and then the border artwork to the bottom. And the story is Las Vegas, and it's a checker tournament. And it all culminates, comes to a head with the final match between father and son. And who wins? Of course, you're going to have to read the book. See you in a bit. And here we have the full-sized image that's paired with the story, titled King Me. It's an acrylic on canvas. And then here's the border artwork, the one to the left, and then the one to the right page. And that's the end of episode 37. Next episode, I've got 2 frames built. Going to put in a couple paintings. Also, painting number 29 of the 48. And then we've got maybe a little bit on Maine and the prep work. Journey to Ukazoo Throwback Thursday. And now musical guest for ending credits. And with that, take care. I hope to see you again. Bye.